Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the What the Football channel. This is the BH and Scrubber Show. And on today's show, we're going to be previewing the Commanders coming up against the Carolina Panthers. And it's going to be a home game, and it should be a win. We're hoping for, but we're going to discuss that today. Also, to join us Sunday right here on this channel, we do a live play-by-play live reaction show. I'm going to be calling it. BH is going to be in the chat room answering your questions. So please join us for that. That's this Sunday at 4 o'clock against the Panthers. And BH, man, looking forward to it. Welcome.
Yeah, I am too, man. This is a very winnable game, and we need it. Coming after that loss, it wasn't a devastating loss. That was we played it probably against the best offense in the NFL.
Yeah,
a really good team on the road. But hey, we're 4-2, and we're doing good. But this is nice. Let's turn it around. Yeah. This is a team that's have some struggles, and this is one that we can't look past. Let's not look past these guys. Let's stick to your game plan and all. Now we do. They do have some injuries, and it's kind of interesting. They're not very good against the run anyway, but Clowney is out, and then, Ashawn Robinson, I think he's out. It's like most of their big guys, defensive tackles are all, pretty beat up, either doubtful or out. So, it's going to be a challenge, and our O-line's looking pretty strong, pretty healthy. And I think we're going to be able to run the ball. I know that they're talking about B-Rob playing. I'm really wondering about that knee. Why not bring, who was it? Was Rodriguez even, I don't think he played it down against Baltimore.
No, but he was on the roster.
Oh, good, because we were wondering about that. We knew
where?
they would. You got to carry three backs. So he just didn't fit in there. Well, quite frankly, nobody did. Because even we were wondering, McNichols had like 2 carries, but if this might be a game where let that knee rest more for B-Rob, but let him play. This is a team that's hurting. They're having a hard time stopping the run. We can control this game and let Jaden have some controlled runs, and then obviously just throw up against them. We don't have to go crazy in this game. We don't have to put up 35 points to win this game, and have Cliff just design a really run heavy game. But get Rodriguez in there, get him in on first down, man. Hand him the rock and let him pound between the tackles, man, because they're hurting. They got a lot of backups, and they weren't that good before. You know what I mean? And so they're really hurting. So from the offense playing their defense, I think we're doing really good. We don't have a lot of injuries except for basically B-Rob on offense. So I think this is a game where we should dominate on the ground and just stick it to them. Keep them honest with some pass plays. Spread them wide on some screens, and some design runs, and obviously air it down deep every now and then just to keep them honest. But for the most part, I say, go at them. 3-headed monster.
Yeah, I totally agree. I want to see McNichols get some more carries. He only got 2 carries. I thought we were very weak on the run last week against the Ravens, and not because we didn't have B-Rob, but just because they didn't implement the running plan. You could have used McNichol to do the same thing that B-Rob did. They just didn't do it. 2 carries, and then Eckler only had 9. Why would you do that to Eckler like they did? So I think one of the things we need to do in order to mitigate that running game is to get out front and get ahead in the game. That way you don't have B-Rob's probably going to be on a pitch count.
I agree.
So if you can get out front, you can get the score up against the Carolina Panthers, then you don't have to use B-Rob as much, give him a little bit more rest. put McNichol out there, Eckler out there. As far as like our defense versus their offense, they got a good offense. They're not bad. They got the red rifle. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? They got Andy Dalton. He can throw. He can manage the offense. They can do good. Uh, they really don't have a lot of, their receivers. Who's their one guy?
Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson. He's questionable. Behind
Yeah.
him is the rookie Xavier Leggett. We
Yep.
actually liked him that we would draft him.
Yep.
To Carolina. He's there. Other than that, they don't have a whole lot there. They got Tremble is their tight end, but he's questionable too.
Yep.
A lot of questionable people,
Yep.
on their offensive side. And so when I hear questionable, I hear 80%. They're not 100%. They're 80, 85%. And so our defense, who is sorely lacking, getting to our people who are out. Jonathan Allen, everybody knows he's out. Who's that? Javante Jean-Baptiste, he's out.
IR. Yep, he's on IR.
Dorrance Armstrong is out at least for this game. He's not on IR, but he's out for this game. So we're going to have to bring in Sheldon Day as a defensive tackle, and Jalen Holmes.
They brought in Jalen Holmes, Sheldon Day. They also brought in a guy, Carl Davis.
Yes.
I think he's going to stay on the practice squad, but I think they brought Jalen Holmes, defensive end, Sheldon Day up. So that's good. I think they're more backups. I think it means I don't know who's going to start in place of John Allen. If it's Fedarian or Jason Newton, I'm not sure. But
it looks like a mix.
Yeah, everyone's got.
To me, it's going to be a mix. It's going to be maybe run versus pass. Mix it like that. It's just like we use our offensive tackles between Lucas and Coleman. They split it 50-50.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. So I think the key to this game is to get out front. Get out with the score. We don't do well when we're behind the curve. So we can just get out front. And I don't think Carolina does well once they're behind the curve. It takes away their run game because they've got that guy, Chuba Hubbard.
Good player.
Yeah, he's really good. He's like top 3, top 5 in many categories.
Yeah.
And if we can take away, if you can get ahead 7, 10 points into the second half, forcing them to have to, start passing more, you can mitigate their run game. And that's all. That's what I think we need to do. Turnovers would be big for me.
Yeah.
One turnover. We got an interception last week. That's our first interception.
I know.
That was 6 games. That's horrible.
I know. And even that was a deflected pass, right?
Yes.
It bounced basically. Yeah. I know. Yeah. And that, when you look at, you got Andy Dalton, a really good running back, and Chuba can run and Chuba can catch.
Mm-hmm.
So he's really good. And then if Deontay Johnson's healthy, man, you got a great separation rate. I mean, that guy, he can be good. He's nursing an ankle, but he still goes out and plays. So he can cause us some problems because that guy is very good at running routes and getting open. Oh, and I did want to just say on defense when we're playing, they have a lot of problems and not many highly regarded players, but J.C. Horn, the corner, is really good. He's highly rated, does a good job, but I think our wide receivers can overcome their DBs, no problem. But to your point, I think they are going to have to rotate these new guys in. We're going to see a lot more F.A. Obata and obviously Fedarian. Yeah, I think so. I think they're going to be getting F.A. in the defensive end. I mean, we got a lot of guys to replace, man, especially on the defensive end side. Someone new like Jalen Holmes might just sit on the bench. but everyone else, I think, is going to get a piece of trying to get in there. Clellan Farrell's going to be there, but even he's
he's still
been
hurt.
beat up. Yeah, well, he's playing hurt. I think he's going to be okay to play, but I don't think he's going to play like 65 downs. He'll probably play 45. So someone else.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think Coach, I saw an interview. I saw Coach talk about that specifically. Said, no, we're going to adjust, rotate, or he didn't use the word rotate, but adjust the players to their scheme and use them with their strengths. So he said just what you said, which is basically, hey, passing downs, running downs, long, third and long situation, third and short situation, red zone situation. I think they got it situationally set up for different guys because, quite frankly, all these injuries just came about like boom, 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 and they are kind of having to piece it together this week in a way. So
we're not as hurt as some teams. Some teams are like beat up to hell.
Yeah, like the one we're playing.
Yeah. And some people were going, oh, Jonathan Allen, oh, everything crumbles. Not necessarily. His numbers have not been that great.
Have not been that great, man.
His name is the only thing that carries him up until now. And so maybe, in my opinion, putting somebody like Johnny Newton in there, maybe he changes the dynamic.
Exactly.
Let's hope. Maybe it sparks Daron Payne to do more. Daron has kind of been doing good.
Yep.
But not really up to his capability. His
I agree.
Making. You know what I'm saying? And so some of these new guys coming in wanting to get a piece of the pie, maybe they're going to spark some new defensive play. But we still, our DBs, still, I don't even think they're going to play Emmanuel Forbes.
I don't know.
Should do better this week because of who he's playing against, maybe.
Igbanini.
We'll see.
Yeah, I know. After they saw, they're going to be looking. I mean, they've got, they might, if someone's up against St. Juice, it's, Xavier Leggett or Mingo, even some of their
Mingo,
their third and fourth string guys, they might say, hey, let's take advantage of this guy. Let's see how cracked in the head he really is.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when a guy gets whooped on any side of the ball, you want to test him the next game to see if there's a carryover, see if he's cracked a little bit up there, man. And St. Juice got worked. And I mean, quite frankly, our DBs did too. So one other interesting thing is that how Frankie Louvu and Jeremy Chin came from Carolina.
Yep.
So, they're familiar with all those guys and what goes on. So, get a little inside information there from the defensive side. They know how those guys play on offense. They kind of know what they're about and where they can attack. So
maybe we can go to Carolina and look at J.C. Horn and
you know what? Yeah,
put some money his way.
They should the players should be telling that, hey, JC, this is an audition, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we're hurt, and he'd be a great. His only problem is injuries. He's been messed up on injuries, but he's a really good player. He's only 25 or 26.
Yeah,
I mean, St. Juice is 28. He's not a young guy anymore. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of investment I would like to see. When's the trade deadline coming?
November.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
Let's wait and see, because if they lose to us, that puts them way down the hole. They might be ready for the fire sale.
Yeah, everybody's talking about who should trade who, blah, 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 blah. I'm already seeing mock draft for 2025. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Halfway through the fucking season. Slow down, everybody.
Slow the hell down. But yeah, I'm glad you brought up the J.C. Horn. He's someone to look at. Even, he's kind of a rockhead, but even Deontay Johnson, he's a stud. And when teams tend to, with these have fire sales, let's be honest, when you've got no future, they have no future. They're quarterback. You can't go with Andy Dalton next year. They wasted a pick on that guy. They're at the bottom. They need to get rid of some contracts and move on. So let's look at those. Those would be two good guys if they check if they fit kind of what we want to do, and if their heads are straight. We don't want any knuckleheads, and we don't want people that don't fit the scheme. You know what I mean? So
Exactly. Well, it
yep.
looks like, everybody's calling it a win for us. We're like up, 8.5, something like that. And then I watched the NFL preview show. It looks like all 10 of the people pick Washington to win. The only thing that scares me is trap game. So
trap game
to win.
Yeah, you never want to see all 10, man. That's like bad voodoo, man.
Yeah.
So, but I think our team, we know what we're doing. We're young, and we know what we're up against. This team hasn't done anything. They know they haven't done anything. So there's no reason to even rest. Go out there and get it. So, all right, man. Well, I'll see you Sunday. I'll be there.
CH is going to be in the chat room. I'm going to be explaining it to you. Join us Sunday, and thank you all very much. Take care.